Cimoooooooo!
What's going on, guys? It's Cimo here at Pro Play Tour Las Vegas with the one and only
this guy.
Mr. 3Stackz himself. How you doing, my friend?
I'm blessed, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
So, how'd you do with this event?
I got top 8. I finished I don't know.
Top 8?
I didn't even check the place, bro.
That's
I just
fair.
know top 8 because I was playing in top 8.
You were the only one playing this deck, though. Your signature
yeah, the only
specialty.
Pendulums. Yeah, bro. I just like this deck because personally, this deck, I felt that there was nothing that any deck was capable of that my deck couldn't do, either at the same caliber or better, bro. So it was not only a jack of all trades, and not only is the deck insanely fun, but anything that I could ask for, this deck gives it to me in ample. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, I've never been disappointed with this deck, ever. And
Every time I was
like,
talking to you all weekend, you were just having a blast.
Bro,
so.
It's insane. Like, this deck really, it's like a FTK, it feels like. It's like, and on top of that, you don't have to make super insane boards. You have to just read the body language depending on the interruptions they use on you. But I'll get into the list, you guys, because I know y'all really just want to know what's inside my deck. So I'll start with the main. I'll start with my Zephyrs. I've been cutting down on them. Even though they're good cards, the problem that even arose and actually costed me my top 8 was their scale restrictions. There's a reason why I've been cutting down on them more and more, because if you're not going to play pure Zephyr, you want to minimize on these for a very good reason. This is the best scale to have, and it's the only Zephyr card that you ever want to activate in your scale if you have the comfortability to choose between what you can and can't do. But this, it was terrible because that really cost me a match, just the scale restriction. But these cards are well worth playing, and even though they're one-ups, just having these 4 one-ups in my deck raises my ceiling higher than a pure Pendulum Magician, pure Zephyr and Dim. Like any Pendulum variant I could think of that doesn't run Zephyrs, I feel that my ceiling's naturally higher than theirs because I have spot removal they don't have. I have a counter to Dark Ruler no more they don't have. I have more consistent ways to load my spell counters. I have more +1s to bait interruptions. I just get more advantage just for playing the Zephyr cards. So they're just good. For real, pop face ups, pop face downs, Zephyr Neo. Probably MVP with Saiton because I popped 2 set super polys today. One was round 6, and then one was in top 16. But they're pretty good cards, you guys. They're definitely worth playing. For Magicians, these are the only Magicians I'm playing. Bro, no, I'm sorry. This is it. These are the only Magicians I'm playing. And the crazy thing, I play Pot of Desires in this deck too, bro. They're there's no way this is gonna work, bro. I got, the past 4 events that I've went to, I've got Ash Blossomed almost every match that I played when I resolved or tried to resolve Pendulum Call. And I played through it. There was a few where it was tough and it was really hard. But I just got to a point where I was just if somebody's ashing me, I want them to be ashing cards that do not require such a high maintenance and high cost to even try to activate them. So I just cut the Pendulum Calls and kept in the cards that I wanted to search off of. So whenever I need this, I can either search it off of Electrum, or I could search it off of a Magical Abductor as well. So I felt like I was getting consistent access to it whenever I needed. There's certain games when you have Desires in your hand and you're able to make this play. If you know that Dweller matters that much, then you have to play Desires after because they are one-ups. But they're worth it though. And it's weird, but it works. I'm telling you, bro, it's weird, but it works. Don't knock it till you try it. 2 copies of Dark Worm and 1 Gate Zero. This definitely is imperative just for the simple fact that I'm having access to a Dark Worm in somewhere of your combo sequence. You're allowed the choice to pretty much go into your Guard Dragon combo. Just through the Pendulum mechanic itself, you already have abusable resources that you can constantly bring back to the field. And going into the Guard Dragon combo after you've already established your board, this is what I would do. I'd summon Appaloosa and then link that into the LP and then do the Guard Dragon combo like that. So all I was trying to do was get a Sloth out so that I can no longer be super polyed. That's all I was concerned about. And if I couldn't get Sloth out or couldn't get Dweller, I'll just leave Magister to play around super poly. So we got those cards. Really important though. And then I do main the 1 Sloth. I put the other Morphages into my side deck because I really wanted to cut down. Once the Orcus cards got banned and I started taking out all those high risk, high reward 1-ups, I started cleaning out the rest of them too. And it really helped my deck a lot. It's running smoother than it was before, but it never had issues in the past. That's the thing. So it's just better got great. Better got great, honestly. So Sloth is great. It's really worth it. So these are all my kooky 1-ups. The rest of the deck is all just, the rest of these monsters are all multiples, and these are the ones you really, really want to see. So starting off with 3 Chronographs. Chronograph is pretty crazy. This card is really, really good. Yeah. Nutty, man. Like, just special summoning from your hand without a restriction, there's so many things you can do with that. It's crazy. One of the best starter cards in the deck now is 3 Abductors. This is what took the place of the Pendulum calls, because this actually serves the same purpose. It might not serve 2 magicians, but whenever I resolved Pendulum call, all I really cared about in the first place was harmonizing. Or purple poison. Harmonizing just because it was a 1-card rank 4, or a Scarlight for time, or Borreload Savage. And once I considered that this being ashed over a Pendulum call being ashed, like, they can ash this, it's still a scale, it's still there. I didn't lose anything at all. This was played from my hand and it served its purpose. But if they ash my Pendulum call, not only do I lose the way to search harmonizing, but I lost an extra card. So this was like a safer way to search my magicians. But of course, because it has a generically applicable effect, I could use it for whatever I want. Bro, one of the biggest brain plays I did today was put a counter on her on field and search Drone Lockbird. I sided in one Drone Lockbird, bro. Like, I sided in one, bro, bodied him. Like, she's like, I resolved both effects. Like, I scaled, summoned her. I got double searches. She's just like really, really good, bro. Like, sincerely. Just playing Drones, it makes her better. Like, she's super good. Also, 3 Servants. Honestly, this card, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy for saying this. This is 1000% better than Servant. I'm actually gonna bump this up to 3 and still keep this at 3, but I'm gonna bump this to 3 when I get back to my crib. This was the best card in my entire main deck all day, bro. Like, this actually single-handedly won me a game that if I would have lost that game, I would have never made it to the top cut, bro. Like, just dropping Reflection and bouncing Dengirsu was it, bro. Like, I used this card to bounce Topologic Bomber. Somebody tried to super poly me, like super poly my targets, but I had a servant that had like 5 counters, was still able to play around the super poly. Like, and there's some times where you can just in your board where you can't even be super polyed if you just play a little bit more conservative and drop like 1 Magister and anything that the whole counter is next to him with your counter trap, and just do your Appaloosa and just kind of leave those 3 interruptions there. That's an easier way, because when you go into games 2 and 3, you have to realize your opponent's not gonna draw as much as their engine as they normally, because they also side out parts of their engine. So you don't, more negates are not required in games 2 and 3 because they're drawing less of their engine and they're drawing more into the cards they were trying to use to stop you from getting to the point, if that makes sense. So for me personally, my mindset, games 2 and 3, I don't even have to worry about that many negates, just because I'm already conscious that they sided heavy because this deck is scary. Like, this is a deck, if you side, you have to side heavy or don't side at all. Because you need to see like more than just an Ash, you need like Ash Imperm Nibiru. Probably if you open Ash Imperm Nibiru, you could probably stop a whole turn with this deck. But you have to open Ash Imperm Nibiru like every time, and that's not realistic. But best card, definitely. My bad, you guys. 1 Reflection, one of the MVPs of the deck, definitely puts in work going second. The card's insane. It's definitely overperformed, bro. It makes Magister like multi-faker. That's how I see it. Triple Endymion, this was not at 3 in the past, but the reason why I bumped it up to 3, my deck ceiling was super high going first. I wanted my deck to be able to kill going second. So just by bumping it up to 3, what ended up happening against a Salman Great player, I ended up pretty much using Cerberus to target Heat Leo to banish. He chained Rage. He chained Rage to pop my Cerberus. I had like 8 counters on him, bro. So he popped a Cerberus that couldn't be destroyed. His Heat Leo got banished. I gained the attack. Then I removed 6 counter from him, summoned Endymion from scale, nuked his field, and OTK'd him without normal summoning or Pendulum summoning. I didn't do anything but play these 2 cards and put counters on him, and I bodied him and forced out interruptions, bro. Saying that Ash makes this card irrelevant is stupid. That's like me saying I'll never play Card Demise because Ash exists, bro. Play this card. If they ash it, that means they can't ash Servant. If they ash it, that means that's another card they can't ash. Make them force the interruptions. Make them throw those cards out of your hands. You don't play a card out of the fear of a card existing, bro. Like, this card is way too good. Like, the Masters are what win games going second, bro. So, like, opening Master and Master, as long as you have spells, which you play Pendulum, so you have spells, you can load counters on him and get to work, bro. And the craziest thing about that combo is you can make an Electromite on the follow-up. You can banish, nuke the field, and then follow up with Electromite before committing any vast resources. So even if they negate it, the point is because these are starters, you can come back after that. You can easily replace those because they're very minimalistic cards anyways. They're starters. That's what makes them even better. But continuing, we have 2 Jackal Kings. Definitely would have played 3, but I thought 2 was perfect because really I just play 5 anyways. And that's going to sum up the Pendulum monsters. For the spells now, I play 3 Masteries, Definitely the MVP. I searched Magister if I haven't already seen it, because I just feel personally Magister's just better. Because honestly, after you resolve Magister's scale effect, he's like Servant times 10. Because you can constantly grind out, like, and he's not hard once per turn to summon, so you could use both. It's good, bro. 3 Providence searches any Zephyr card and protects my board. 3 Pot of Desires, it definitely is risky, but I will say my deck is super consistent. The cards that I care about banishing, I can easily get those out of my deck before even resolving Desires. And on top of that, I play 60, and there's certain engines that I don't even need. I could banish them all and still play, and it's fine. So it's well worth it. It's an insane +1, and it forces interruptions. Like, this is the perfect bait for a Crescendo, an Ash, you name it. I played 3 Secrets, and I also played 3 Allures. Thank God I got to get this back. Like, some crazy stuff happened yesterday. 3 Into the Voids, 1 Blue Boy, and 1 Knowledge for the draw power. So we played the 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 draw cards. And then the remainder of my engine was pretty much just searchers. I played 2 Oracles and 1 Dragon's Ravine. The reason why I keep Dragon's Ravine in, even though Dark Worm's not super duper imperative, is just because it allows me to play this card. This card plays around evenly matched. It plays around impermanence. Like, there's too many interactions that this card is nuts. You play against Orcus and they do the Babel combo with IP Masquerena, and you open Servitation. You can just Servitation on standby. They can't play on your turn anymore. So this card just, I play this because I want to play this, not because this is good, because it's really not all that. Like, it's just like Pendulum Call. It's risky. 1 Optimus Prime. 2 Shrines. Reason being, really with Agripane being out the picture, Guard Dragon is not super important. The most I get out of it is an extra deck lock, so because that's not an extreme focal point, I cut down on those cards and it gave me room for better engine. And then I played only 1 trap, just the Zephyr Divine Strike. And that's gonna sum up the main deck. And I'll get into where my side deck at, baby. Bro, I felt like I had the best deck in the room. So side deck, we side 3 Evenlies, because it's generic and you can side it against anything. And there's a lot of games I have where people just scoop and I don't know what I'm playing. So this is why, personally, when you're a Pendulum player, I feel like you should just side evenly match. There's a lot of things you can do with this. This is the perfect side for any deck. And on top of that, the bluffs and the mind games you can do with this card is insane. The only way you can bluff, though, is if your opponent knows you play it, so they have to see it. So, like, it's worth it for more than just its actual effect. Like, there's too many good things about this card, bro. 3 Dark Ruler No Mores for my worst matchup, which is Thunder. It's okay in the mirror. This card is better than Super Poly, Spear Mode, Nibiru, Lava Golem, Kaijus. It's better than Dark Ruler No More. This card, I drew Lunalight Orchest, round 5. It was, I forgot the dude's name, bro. He plays Zephyr. He plays Zephyr and Demion too, like me. He like top, bro. I drew him past turn.
Zach Bishop?
Yes, Zach. Zach, bro, yes, yes, bro. He's kind of chunky. Yes, bro, that guy. I drove him, pass. Drove Pendulums, pass, bro. In mirror matches, this is the thing, because even I do this. I play around Spear Mode. I play around Super Poly and Nibiru. But in the process of doing that, you can't play around Droll. So Pendulum players have no consistent way of getting Jackal King on the field before they can get Drolled. So this stops turns. And it can't be Jackal King. And the Pendulum player, the other thing is most people side their call buys out against me because I don't play hand traps, so when I side this in, it's even safer. So I'm just saying, bro, it's super good. 2 Dinkos, 2 Reboots is really all I needed for back rows. This is super good against like almost everything, bro. And then these are my auto wins. So I side these to counter the side deck cards. Like if you guys notice, I used to play Zombie World. The reason why I cut Zombie World is because you can actually still Lava Golem under it. Lava Golem's not tribute summon, but this card prevents any monster from being tributed except for Morphages. So it prevents you from tributing multiple monsters. You have to tribute that one Morphage. So if you do not have a Kaiju, you pretty much just can't play. So I really like this. This counters Spear Mode, Super Poly. I mean, not Super Poly. It also prevents Pankratops from activating his effect too, because he has to tribute himself to even activate. So it like stops a lot more than you think. You can't summon free Colossuses too. And then that just locks you out of spells. So the idea when you play Strikers, which pretty much you just win if you open and they don't hand trap, is you just scale Lechery with Sloth. And when you play Thunder, you scale Wrath with Sloth. And when you don't know what you're playing and they're siding for you, you just scale Lechery with Sloth so that you can counter Dark Ruler and Super Poly's prevented from Sloth. And that's the deck profile. Well, I'm sorry, actually not the deck profile, my extra deck real quick. So I'll get to the extra deck and I'll get out of here. We got 1 Electromite, 1 land. I sold my IP. It was gonna be IP Masquerade, but I sold it. One LP, 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn, Metaltron. Yes.
So good.
Yes, bro. Recycle Dweller. What? Bro, put Electromite back. So good, and it's a Zephyr, bro. Like, it's one of the, it's like almost you give yourself a follow-up because you give 3 zones and it's protected. So if it doesn't die, you're killing them, bro. If you pin summon 3 from extra deck, I don't care what deck it is, they're dead, period. Like, you could be playing the best deck and you'll still die. Borreload, Borosaur, Savage, Scarlight, and Meteor Burst. Effect on field is insane. Can't activate effects in battle phase, that is insane. That's a really good effect. Appaloosa, MVP, Dweller. The fact that this deck, Dweller, Dinkle, and Evenly, bro. Like, this deck can play them all. That's so insane. We have 1 Absolute for the Vortex. How I'm still making this is I'm literally using Harmonizing to summon Time Gazer, and then I'm using this to summon a 7 skill. That's how I'm doing it now. And that is the deck profile, you guys. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this. Shout out to Cimo for taking time out of his day to record my deck profile.
Awesome. Thanks so much, 3Stackz. It's always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you, bro.